Backlash St. Louis is this week, and I'm ready for it. So I'm going to predict every single match in one unannounced match, but may most likely be announced on this upcoming episode of Raw. But before we get this video, drop a big thumbs up down below with the subscribe button because I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Anyway, but before we get today's video, you can drop in the comments below your predictions for St. Louis Backlash. It would be really appreciated. Anyway, but before we get into this video, I just want to address why I didn't post on Saturday, which was yesterday. That's because I think I was bored and I got worn out for posting every day for like 2 months straight. So, I needed a weekend, that day off. I was thinking of taking the weekend off, but I decided to take the day off. But, I should be back posting full time again. But I just needed the day of break because I was posting for almost 2 months from the beginning of March through all of April to like the beginning of May. So I think I took the day off. It was needed for me to get back and ready. But yeah. Anyway, let's go and hop into today's video. Anyway, let's go first match, which is the Becky Lynch vs. Lyra Valkyria Women's Intercontinental Championship match. This match is the first time I believe that the Women's Intercontinental Championship has appeared on a PLE and has a meaningful feud. So I really hope that Becky Lynch's wins. Now I do like Lyra as champion. I just hope Becky wins because I feel like it would be a big refresh for that women's Intercontinental Championship division. I feel like if we take the title off of Lyra, maybe give her a couple maybe give her maybe a couple weeks off, maybe like 2 to 3. Then have her chase the title for a little bit. Build her character up more, get better at promos and stuff like that, because we already know she's phenomenal in the ring. Get the crowd more behind her, because the crowd's already kind of behind her already. And then you can put the championship back on her, and I think then she could have a solid run, and then maybe she goes into a feud with Bayley, and she could drop the title to Bayley, and Bayley can become a Grand Slam champion. And by the way, a Grand Slam champion is not when you just win all the world titles. It's when you can win the women's mid-card title. Remember that. Remember, a Grand Slam champion is when you win tag, mid-card, world. Because Charlotte Flair is not a Grand Slam champion. Remember that. Okay. Anyway, also I feel also Becky Lynch would become a Grand Slam champion too if she won. That'd be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So yeah. That'd be pretty cool if you ask me myself. But anyway, I think Becky Lynch would win because also she'll become a Grand Slam champion, so that, and the first actual women's Grand Slam champion. So, yeah. Anyway, next match is Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Now, I know many people actually want a squash match from this, but me personally, I want an actual competitive, full-on match because we've seen what Pat McAfee can do in the ring. We've seen him. I had never seen his feud with Adam Cole. I have seen him wrestle Austin Theory at WrestleMania 38, Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 38, him getting stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin, his Baron Corbin SummerSlam 2022 match, and that was it. Oh, and the 2024 Royal Rumble appearance, which was pointless, but anyway, we get it. Those are the cool matches I've seen so far for Pat McAfee, and I think this would be a great match if he gets some offense in. And I think it would be pretty cool to see Pat McAfee get some offense in, like maybe hit a finisher on him or two, or something like that. Or like, like something cool like that, where he could do something, because I feel like this should be a squash match. I want to see Pat McAfee actually hit some moves on him. Heck, maybe a finisher or something, but Gunther kicks out. But I do think Gunther's eventually going to win after hitting a bunch of power bombs on Pat McAfee, clotheslines, and a sleeper hold. And I think Pat's not going to tap out because he's going to say, "No, I'm not tapping out. I have that grit." And he just passes out and he loses. That's it. I do think Gunther's still going to win, but I don't want this to be a squash match. I actually want to see Pat McAfee have offensive moves, hit maybe a finisher or two, maybe punt, do his punt version of his punt kick. So we know Pat McAfee can do a punt kick. But I really just want to see Pat McAfee have a lot more offense than people want. I don't know why people want to see a squash match, because I don't, personally. I want to see like a full-on match, because I feel like a squash match at Backlash, there's no point. Why put on an event on the PLE? Just put on Monday Night Raw. So, yeah. It makes no sense. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's go into the next match, which is the unannounced Jey Uso defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul. Now, it's unannounced, but I really do think it's going to be confirmed. Because I feel like this is an easy W for Jey, an easy title defense to rack up these W's. And by the end of Jey Uso's reign, he should be a worthy world champion, and people will finally realize he's a worthy champion. And I think this is a very, very perfect start to start his championship reign off of a YouTuber and a full-time WWE superstar who's humbled. But I really do think that Jey is going to win. I do think he's gonna win because we just gave this man its world title. People love him online. I mean, people love him in the arena. So there's no way that this Logan Paul wins. That means like Jey has I don't know what, 20 plus days as champion. Heck no, people wanted this man have a way longer reign than that. Unless you are on the online wrestling community, internet online wrestling community. Yeah, nobody wants to be in the IWC internet wrestling community, boy. But I do think this is a great way to get, first off, Logan some heat, and then have Jey have an easy first title defense as champion. It's perfect. It's already laid out. WWE's basically laid it out for us, and I think they just need to pull the trigger, boy. I think this would also be perfect for Jey. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie with you. So yeah, give Jey this win, because why would you take the title off of him? He just won against Gunther. So if he can beat Gunther, he can beat Logan Paul. Simple as that. Anyway, next match is the United States Championship match, which has Jake Fatu, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why Damian Priest or LA Knight is in here, because if I recall correctly, about 2 weeks ago, didn't Drew McIntyre beat Damian Priest, or who was it, LA Knight, or I think it was Damian Priest, into a number one contendership match? I think he should be the only one facing Jake Fatu, and it's crazy to me that literally Nick Aldis forgot about that, but we don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about how Nick Aldis forgot about how Drew McIntyre won that number one contendership match. And this should just be Jake Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. But hey, let's pretend we forgot about that number one contendership match. Right. Hey, that's what WWE wants us to think. That's what WWE wants us to think. So hey, let's think about it, huh? Don't listen to what WWE had on 2 weeks ago on their television screens. Don't ever listen to that, boy. Just don't ever listen to it. All they gonna do is lie to you. Yes, sir. I'm not gonna lie. I can see this being the best match on the card. No, I like this could be the best match on the card, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did put this in the main event because this would be it's gonna be the best match in ring wise. I feel like, but obviously this won't main event. This probably like be open or something dumb because WWE's like that. But of course they have the biggest match. Probably one of the biggest matches of the year, which is Randy Orton versus John Cena in the main event. So I mean, who wouldn't put that in the main event, right? But I do think Jacob Fatu is retaining and leaving Backlash with his United States Championship because he just won it. And I feel like Jacob Fatu has a character where he's built is a beast, and he's holding this championship maybe until SummerSlam, maybe that's by the time that's where he's facing Solo or something like that. But this is gonna be a big moment, and this is where you can make Jacob Fatu's character even stronger by being three other people for his United States Championship, and he can carry it to SummerSlam because I think eventually he'll lose it to Solo because Solo hasn't actually had gold at all since he had his main roster, which is crazy. Not even tag gold either. Like, that's surprising. Not gonna lie. Like, he didn't win no mid-card titles on the main roster. None. I know he had that little quick week-long North American Championship reign. But nobody really remembers that. Nobody remembers that at all. So, yeah. Anyway, I do think Jacob Fatu is leaving Backlash with his championship still intact. Because, why not? He's the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Anyway, one last time. John Cena versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. One thing I hope to this match is we can finally get this man John Cena booed in St. Louis. The reason why I expect that is because first off, John Cena is supposed to be booed since he's a heel. He has been being booed because people love him. Except me, I boo him every time I see him. Boo! Because I'm a Cody Rhodes guy. Randy Orton, he's from St. Louis, so I'm gonna guess that the St. Louis is gonna cheer Randy Orton, the hometown hero, the hometown guy, over a guy who used Travis Scott to beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Remember that. John Cena did beat Cody Rhodes by himself. Travis Scott helped him beat Cody Rhodes. And we all hate it. I think we just need to remember that. Also, people who are convinced that the TLC match was better on SmackDown than at WrestleMania are crazy. You have lost your mind if you think that Triple H has mind-washed you to think that match would have been will be way better on SmackDown than it was actually on Mania. You have been brainwashed, bro. I'm not even done. You've been tricked by Triple H if you think that. Anyway, let's talk to this actual match. Seriously though. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton wins his 15th time World Championship because if you really think about it, John Cena is a person that you could really see losing this championship really quickly because he's not there full time, and Randy Orton's there full time for the past 20 plus years of his career. So I wouldn't be surprised if they give him the title right this after John Cena just won it, but I don't think he's gonna win it. So I'm just gonna make a safe bet and say John Cena is going into Backlash and leaving Backlash as champion for a couple of reasons. Number one, I feel like we're going to get a couple more one last time with the world title on the line, like CM Punk, AJ Styles, who else? Dang, I was going to say Edge, but he's not even in the company no more. Bro, Edge left at a terrible time, bro. Bro could have stayed and had a one last time match with Cena. Um, I don't know. I think eventually though, John Cena will lose the title to Cody Rhodes. Like, I think it's that simple. Cody Rhodes is winning the championship back because I feel like he's the one who's going to take it off of Cena, carry it to WrestleMania. Heck, maybe he loses, maybe he wins, and we get a fresh restart on Cody Rhodes' title reign. Without The Rock being involved. Please, 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 man. Please. I can't have it again, bro. We can't have another title reign being ruined by Dwayne The Rock, man. We can't have it again. But yeah, I'm just going to go simply cut and dry with my answer being John Cena wants John Cena. John Cena is my answer, though. John Cena is my answer. Because the reasons why I just explained. But yeah. Don't be surprised, though, if this is a terrible match. It's John Cena, who's 48, or 47, it's 48 or 47. I know he's 48, I think. 48. Wrestling Randy Orton, who's like 45, 44. It's not going to be a good match. It's not. I can already see her as not being a good match. But I'm still going to be enjoying it one last time. One last time. And by the way, WWE, please don't put Travis Scott in there. Please. 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 Please, I don't want Travis Scott in this event. I don't want another PLE where Travis Scott and John Cena are walking out with the title, man. I can't handle it. I really can't handle Fiend. I can't do it again. I can't do it again. I heard it once, too many times this past April. Please, I'm begging you. Anyway, bye.